Good day, everyone. How we doing? I am your host, MJ, for the Golden Power Couple, along with my co-host, Miss.
Angie, hi, how are you? Thanks for coming back.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well, and
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Well, if you know where we're,
Florida.
yeah, I was going to say, if you know where we're recording at, the feel like
Uh,
temperature, and this will give us away on, well, the feel like temperature is surface of the sun. Um, so it is hot outside, but that doesn't mean that seniors still can't work out, right?
that's right. That's right. Within moderation,
Mm-hmm.
always be
Yeah.
careful.
And be careful out in the sun. Hydrate well. Water, water.
Start early, avoid the hours of 10 to 3, where actually it's probably more close to 11 to 4, when the sun is at its strongest. So, yes, if
Right.
you go outdoors and you're doing your exercise, getting that vitamin D, just
Hmm.
watch the direct sun rays.
Yeah, you're going to get vitamin D, and of course, vitamin D comes in foods as well. But the sun is good, but it doesn't matter where you're at in the country right now. It is a time when it's hot everywhere. Um,
Mhm.
so you want to make sure that you be careful with your workouts and things, and limit that. So we talked about, upper cross syndrome in the first and second episodes and things. And we talked about different stretching and how you can avoid that upper cross syndrome or correct that upper cross syndrome. We're going to continue with a little stretching, and stretching is good because that will, you know,
It's
help.
support, and I know it helps with, the surrounding structures that, if you have that weakness, that it's gonna help the muscles and give it, again, that solid foundation. So stretching is awesome. You don't wanna just run out that gate. You'll see all the athletes that do that sh patting down, they get the blood circulating, the jumping, and all of that, but the stretching is huge, huge, huge. So, yes, please. MJ, so continue.
When I was a kid, you just run out the door and you just start playing, and when you're 12, 13, 14, 15, you just run out the door, and start playing. Oh, actually, we in Florida pool, that was always a good thing
Right,
too.
right, but as you get older, just like you start up your car on a cold day,
Right.
you have to give that engine a chance to warm up, and that's basically what the stretching does too, so you definitely need that.
For those of you who are not listening, if you're listening for the first time, with the disclaimer here, I'm a NASM accredited personal trainer, corrective exercise specialist, and Angie is a nurse with.
40 years of nursing experience, plus I'm also uh, certified health and wellness coach. I specialize in hypnotherapy and aromatherapy, so I add more of the natural, which tries to get your body, mind all in sync so it works. Because if the mind ain't willing, the body will not follow.
Right. So, what we talked about these last couple episodes, some different shoulder stretches. Let's tell you that three times fast, right? And we're going to continue some more shoulder stretches and things. The shoulder is a small muscle, but is a very very important muscle too. A lot of seniors have the problems of lifting their arms and over their head and carrying things and stuff, and that's something we want to regenerate. We want to get that back, right?
That's right. Also, just because as a human being, just being out there, you're lifting your carrying items, which we spoke about earlier. From the time you're in grade school, you got those heavy backpacks on your back, your shoulder. It's a lot of wear and tear. It's a lot of stress upon the upper body muscles and ligaments, and so it's now trying to restore and maintain functioning of those areas.
We went to Costco earlier today, and they had 10-pound bags of
Mm.
potatoes. And in with those potatoes and stuff, we saw, some elderly people trying to pick up these 10-pound bags of potatoes. And it was, they were hampered a little bit, you know?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And speaking as a nurse and what I tell my nursing students, proper body mechanics, they really should be also bending at the knees and doing that sort of lift. But that's totally a different area, which we'll discuss later on.
What we did not see was the people picking up the 20-pound piece of beef that was $281. That nobody was picking that one
No,
up.
not in these times. Oh, no.
So, so anyway, let's get into the stretches. And one of these shoulder stretches that we are going to talk about is different than what we were doing. We were talking about just military presses before. We had some laying on the floor cobras. This time we're going to do more of a stretch, and this is more of a hold. This was, 3, 4, 5 seconds on those floor cobras, on the military press. You were just holding for 2, 3, 4 seconds. Now, what we want to do is we want to stretch these. Now, we're going to hold these for 10 to 20 seconds. This actually should probably be done first before you do the floor cobras. Get your body right, and so that it feels loose, and you can pick up 10-pound potatoes, a
Yeah.
10-pound sack of
Oh,
potatoes.
yeah.
Actually, the first one we pulled out of there was about 2 pounds worth of potato. It was a huge thing. Anyway.
And watch your starches. Don't do too much of the potatoes.
Yeah, we'll probably,
Store them
yeah, we'll actually probably cut this one up and use about
until they start
twice.
sprouting. But yeah, definitely.
So, so one of the shoulder stretches that we are going to do and is to take your right reach your right arm across your body, okay? Um, and then grab it with your left hand. So you're going to be going inward on your body. Reach it with the left hand, and then pull that right arm with your left hand.
Similar to that movie.
No, you're going to grab it around the wrist.
Oh,
Grab it around the wrist as
mm,
you pull, and
okay.
go across your body. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it for a good 10 seconds at least
And
to
remember
start.
to breathe, please.
I always breathe.
Mm,
Um,
proper breathing.
right. Exhale and inhale. Hold that for 10. If you want to go to 15, go ahead. We'll let you do that. And then go back. Now, guess what? You're going to do it with your left hand going across your body to the other side, and then pull with your right hand and hold that for 10 to 15 seconds. And then shake it off. Is that a Taylor Swift song, by the way?
Yeah, probably is.
Okay. I think I heard that somewhere. Not a
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Not that I'm
S-
not a fan.
So
I'm
when you're
just
saying
don't listen.
take it off, are you like how
Yeah,
you'll
just to,
see?
relax.
Okay.
Just relax. Shake it off a little bit.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
good. Um, then do it again.
Okay.
Do it on a repeat.
All right. So now while you are in this movement and you have your upper body or you set up here, I just want to talk real quick. With this movement, the part of the body, you have your lymphatic system that's in this area. So women, unfortunately, they get breast cancer, they'll go in, they'll have lymphedema and the swelling, and they start removing the lymphatics. Lymphatics,
Mm.
as we know, are good for your immune system. They're going to help you fight all these bacteria and infection that comes into the body. With that being said, the lymphedema is just the excessive fluid. Your lymphatic system is what is needed to help take that fluid out of the tissues and put it back into the bloodstream. Okay. What helps? Of course, you're going to stay hydrated because we need the fluids. All the body cells and systems are made of a lot of fluid. Why I'm bringing this up now is because the movement is what helps, especially in the axilla area, which is your armpits, your underarms there, large, large, large lymph nodes in this area and in your groin and also in your neck. So upper body stuff is very important. What gets this moving, the lymphatic system, is movement. So all this movement here
Mm.
keeps it circulating, and it's huge. It's very, very important. We need that lymphatic system move for your immune system, for your fluid. It balances your water and stuff like that. So huge, important, and just movement and exercise. That's what works. Okay, back
Okay,
to
well,
you.
I'm
Mm,
talking about the stretching and such, and I would say maybe 1 or 2 to start, but you bring up a point. How often should they do that? Should they do that, 3, 4, 5 times a day? Or
Okay, the good part with the lymphatic system and it's moving just like you're breathing, your heart's pumping, the blood circulating to your body, it's gonna automatically happen.
Mm,
So lymphatic system will move, but if you're just sitting there, it's sluggish. It's not going to move. So any type of movement, even you said we were at the Costco's and you're picking up bags and any of this, it's helping it to move better.
mm.
So yeah, there's no real set time, but again, it will correlate with the exercises that you're talking about.
Yeah, now we're talking just stretching, and we're talking about that floor cobra. We're talking about this shoulder stretch and things like that.
But it's
One
movement, so
right,
that's what's good.
right. And now once you get into a regular routine, you start adding some weights or cable pulls or anything like that. Obviously, will help.
But we're keeping it simple right now.
Yeah.
So the
Yes. Yeah.
simple movement with the lymphatic system is definitely going to help.
Right.
It's and again, at our age, we tend to slow up because of the aches and the pains and the this and the that.
Hmm.
But I'm letting you know, not only these exercises make you stay toned and keeps the heart circulating, it's helping you with your immune system to strengthen it. So it's very important.
You're talking now with this, and I'm sorry we're going on this nice subject here. I like this. The fact that this is more for women, or obviously both. I mean, both men and women need to do shoulder stretches and things and do these things. But is it more geared to what you're talking about?
No, 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 no. Your immune system is going to be strengthened through these movements, and that's for everybody. Also, it helps with the absorption of your soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. So, with this movement for your lymphatic system, uh, that's everybody.
Hmm.
You know, we all need these vitamins, which again, found in a lot of your dark green leafy vegetables, helps with your circulation of your blood and formation of your lymph nodes and things like that. And again, to fight infections. So you guys, just because it's in this area, and I did mention in the beginning about the women having breast cancer, and they will remove the lymph nodes in that area. That's because again, the circulation and how it spreads, that the lymph system goes from your top all the way down to your legs, but it's predominantly like you have your thalamus, which is in the middle of your chest, your tonsils and your adenoids, which technically, once you become an adult, they kind of slow down and they're not filtering as much. But those are your main organs. But there's clusters of the lymphatic system that's here in your armpits and in your groin. So again, I kind of misled y'all when I brought up women because
Yeah.
usually when you say lymphedema and things like that, um, it's huge when they talk about breast cancer with women. But you guys are full of it. Again,
Mm.
you get swollen glands here in your left. That's your lymphatic
Oh, okay.
system.
Yeah.
So yes, it's men and women, and I'm sorry if I misled you to think it was just women.
Oh, you're
But
fine.
again, just any movement, it keeps that circulation system moving for your lymphatic system.
We touched on the A deck, the vitamin A, D, E, and K, and you mentioned leafy vegetables, green vegetables, especially on vitamin
Keep it
K.
colorful.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's very,
yes,
very, but vitamin A and D, and for that matter,
mhm,
E, salmon and
yes.
fish,
Oh
but
yeah.
salmon
Oh
especially.
yes. Little and watermelon too. People say, "Oh, watermelon is just all water," but no, it's a good source of that also.
Right,
So,
right. So, those are all some really great points and vitamins and things that we need to do.
yes.
We should do a whole show on
Oh
fat
yes,
soluble
yes.
vitamins,
Oh yes.
monosaturated
Definitely.
fats. Yeah.
Antioxidants that
Yes.
stops the
Yes.
stress, all this pollution that's in the environment that takes a toll on our body trying to heal. We want every cell in the body to remain healthy and to produce healthy cells and not cancerous cells. And that's all about what we take in. Again, we want you to be healthy from the inside to the outside.
Anytime mentions somebody mentions antioxidants, I always think of Dr. Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, who says, "If I lose some of these oxidants, how do I know if I have enough oxidants?"
Okay, that went a little over my head for okay.
So, but anyway, moving on. We're going to go with the next exercise. So we're going to talk about the tricep stretch. And the tricep stretch is that you're going to raise your arms over your head, to the point where your elbow is almost like the North Star over your head. Okay. Does that make sense? So when you raise your right arm over your head, you're gonna grab it, you're gonna grab your tricep area, which is the between the elbow and your shoulder on the back of your arm, and you're gonna grab that, and now you're gonna pull that a little bit, and hold that stretch again,
Okay.
10 seconds, hold it. I sound like
So
one of
now
those movies.
just to recap, those of you who are listening to us on Apple, you're not gonna have the visual of the
Right,
actual
that's why we're
demonstration. MJ, as he is talking, so Spotify and YouTube, you can actually see this exercise and stretch being done. So we apologize for that if
yeah,
you are listening to us on Apple.
yeah. So what you want to do, yeah, if you're listening to us on Apple, fine. But you know what? You can go to YouTube, subscribe to us. You can go to Spotify, subscribe to us, and go from there.
Yeah.
So we'd be happy with that. So anyway, you're going to take your right arm, you're going to pull it over your head, North Star, whatever your North Star over your head, as I'm going to say. I'm
Okay.
just creating that now.
Oh,
And then you're gonna grab with your left arm, you're gonna pull that tricep, between your shoulder and your, elbow, and stretch, pull it, and hold it for 10 to 20 seconds, and then stop, go to the next arm, move your left arm over your head, and pull with your right arm. And then hold it for 10 to 20 seconds. And again, you'll feel it in that tricep area. You'll feel like this like a rubber band pulling on it. And one of those things about these stretching exercise, it awakens the muscles.
okay. And also with the stretching, again, when you're breathing, it's not a rapid, it's not a jerky, it's smooth. These are smooth stretches.
Mhm.
Take your time, and as they say, kind of you flow into it, all right?
Right.
And you get it, and you're breathing, and you're stretching, and you're relaxing, and then you release, and then you go into the next movement. It has a nice flow to it. That's what stretching does. So,
Now both of these stretches, the shoulder stretch and the tricep stretch, we recommend to do them standing. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to do them standing.
right,
You
that's
see on
right.
our videos that we're standing on it, or I'm standing on it. That's fine. But if you can't do that and
That's
you
right.
want to do it in your favorite comfy chair
That's right.
or dining room chair or at
Mhm.
the countertop or whatever, you can do that there.
Yes, definitely accommodations. If you have lower extremity weakness, you have to maintain your upper body core. And with these stretches, that's what it helps to do too. We will be doing modified exercises, I guess when we get to more of the balance and the lower
Mhm.
extremity, and it could be a lot of chair, um, things like that. And I know in the next video, you're going to do something that's a little modified.
Right. We're going to do
But
some, just as a preview, we're going to do some side stretches and we're going to do some push ups. But we're gonna do push-ups a little differently, and we'll talk about that in the
yeah.
next episode as a little hint for y'all. Um, and so, yeah, there's your stretches that we're gonna do that gets that blood flowing, and that the importance of getting that, um, blood working for you and
Yeah, it's strengthening and toning. Again, you have to get not only the blood circulating, because you know your blood carriers, your nutrients, your oxygen, your water, and all this stuff going to the heart, your lungs, and to your brain. Again, as we get older, unfortunately, these things do slow up. So they said erase out of your vocabulary, "Oh, he died of old age, aging and this." No, that is not how the body works.
Mhm.
If you continue to move and exercise and nutrition and de-stress, you're gonna live a nice, productive, golden life, and that's why we started this podcast to make sure we put the word out there because we wanna see everyone living happy and healthy and being out there enjoying all that they can.
Right, and we talked about, recapping, we talked about the, the importance some importance of vitamin A, D, E, and K in the lymphatic system. Anything we forgetting about the lymphatic system?
Again, besides your immune system and the balance of the water that comes through your body, your cells, your tissues, making sure there's excessive water. That's why you see some people with the swollen ankles and areas that are kind of puffy. A lot of it, again, the lymphatic system is not doing its job of taking that fluid and putting it back into the blood cells so it can be moved around properly. We don't want all that fluid in the tissues. And again, the lymphatic system helping with the absorption and the utilization of your fat soluble vitamins, which are huge.
Mhm. Right.
And
S
be careful, don't overdo the fat soluble vitamins because then they can become toxic within the system. I'm still encouraging a lot of dark green leafy vegetables, your carrots for the A and all that stuff. And again, we're going to have a special podcast where we're going to get more into it. But again, just like the exercises, don't overdo it on the fat soluble vitamins because then you have water soluble, your vitamin C and all that. We excrete it when we urinate. The fat soluble, they're stored, so it's not as bad, but a lot of people are deficient in it. Again, we'll
Right.
get into that at another
Yeah, we mentioned that salmon
podcast.
salmon is loaded with these vitamins and
Mhm.
and protein, which is part of your basic 3: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And, we don't wanna say that you're gonna eat, barrels of salmon because, 1, you can't afford it,
Again, everything in moderation.
Yes.
So yeah.
So I think that's it for today, right?
Yeah, that's
All right.
please come back and learn a little bit more.
Right.
We don't want to overload you with our little podcast as we talk, our series. But yes, little tidbits and see you next week.
Yep. And be well and stay in wellness, and hopefully these help for you. And again, just to reiterate, we have our email at the end. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear suggestions too from you. And it is goldpowercouple@gmail.com. So feel free to email us. We'd love to hear from you. And we will see you later, everybody.
All right. Peace and blessings. Until next time. Bye bye.